if it's not 175, if he's not fighting, if he's not fighting somebody up there, 168, he's done what he's done. I mean, could we see Canelo actually entertain the idea of fighting one of your good friends, Bud Crawford?
Yeah, I think we can still see that too. I think we can still see that as well.
Now, if they were to actually fight, from your experience, you got first person view, right? You've seen Bud in the ring, obviously during fights and out of it in the gym, putting in the work. What do you think Bud does that is potentially a problem or could be a problem for Canelo?
Bud is good at reading and making adjustments on the fly, like if he has to. Just look at like at the fight. The fight I like to look at back was the one when he had with Mean Machine. When Mean Machine was basically, saying trying to outbox him, and then Bud had to make those adjustments to get the rhythm and timing down and to catch him and catch him with a good shot. Same as when he fought Sean, my man Sean Porter. Sean's gonna give everything 110% in that ring, and Sean's gonna try to, he's gonna box, he's gonna bully you, he's gonna outwork you, he's gonna try to do everything he can. So you know, Bud had to basically, start picking up to his rhythm and catch on to his timing, and he caught him down the stretch. Yeah, he basically caught him.
So if I'm hearing you right, you're saying Bud's his ability to read the fighters, make the adjustments, his IQ
Oh yeah,
can give Canelo
absolutely. Yeah,
problems.
the IQ to make the adjustments on the fly. Like he'll see things, like again, Bo Mac Red and them. They'll of course they're great at looking at things, but sometimes the fighter had to see in front of them first, or something that the trainers may not be seeing. But Bud will start. But I've seen Bud and Bo, have conversations in the corner, even with sparring like sessions. Like, no, Bo, I hear what you're saying, Bo. I hear what you're saying, but I see something. I see this also, and I'm trying to work on this right now. And then Bo will he'll think about it, and be like, okay, I know what you mean. I see what you got. All right, let's give it a try. And so that's what makes the chemistry great. But again, Bud definitely knows how to make the right adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
And the
and
last fight he had too, the dude he was everywhere. He was all over the place. Bud had to just, clink clink, snap, bite down, and he had to step to him and start letting up those combinations. So again, like he made it at the right time in that fight.
some people would say, look, personally, I feel exactly how you feel about that fight with Bud. But some people will say, Bud, he had a lot to deal with Madrimov, and if that was a handful, then what kind of problem could Canelo present to him? So for those people who say that, what do you say to them?
I mean, that like obviously it don't bother. Like I said, if it don't bother him, I don't, and I know him, saying really well. I don't pay no mind. If I like when something's bothering your brother or something's getting, then you start to like worry like, yo, you all right, you good. But like with Bud still, he's still open to it. You know what I mean? So he must still see something that he feels like he can expose in that fight. So of course, I'm not worried about it if he fights him or not, honestly. But again, if he still wants it, I'm definitely gonna support him 100, 110%. But I'm behind him.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, Bud taking on Canelo, for better or worse, for the fans who like it or don't like it, it still be one of the biggest fights in
Right?
boxing if
Yeah.
it were to happen. You know what I mean? So, for all you calling for big fights, I don't know that there's too many fights that would be bigger, right? If they would come to fruition, but we shall see. We shall see, my friend. All right, switching gears with you really quick. A whole different topic. Ryan Devin Haney. This lawsuit thing came out, Jamel, from your
Right.
personal experience, or from how you operate. If you were in that situation, if you were Devin, would you prefer to get it back in the ring, in the courtroom, or both? Do you think he's right for doing what he's doing?
I mean, I'm like Devin and Bill was my people. I got respect for Ryan too. But me, of course, I'm gonna want to get it back in the ring as well. But again, I wasn't in the ring that first fight. You know what I mean? I don't know the punishment that Devin, and he gets a lot of flack for it, whatever. But I don't know what the type of what he was feeling in that ring, to the extent of why that he's going for a lawsuit that he may feel like, that Ryan potentially may have put his health at risk. I don't know, like again, but again, I still would like to see it was court or not. I still think, get that back in, so get like I said, get it back in blood or whatever, get that back in the ring. But that's for at the end of that, that's for them to to live with when how they take, move forward with that whole decision. But boxing is a dangerous sport. Of course, we want to keep it clean. So I can understand the concerns and why their frustrations, maybe why they're doing what they're doing. But again, most fighters, of course, the fighter, most of us say like, yo, we got to get that back, or if we're gonna get that back, make sure, of course, if it's on an even playing field and everything's clean, or just move on and just let it. Honestly, just move on, let it be. If you're not, because again, the less you speak on it, the less you're gonna hear. You're
Breathe
gonna hear
life into it.
from
Yeah.
everything. Say come from all angles.
Yeah. I guess maybe the question, to put it a better way, if you fought a guy who potentially used performance enhancing drugs and you had an outcome like that, would it be just the ring? Or do you feel like, yo, if somebody cheated me like that, I would sue them as well?
No, I'll probably go Cotto Margarito part two. We gotta just we gotta okay, whatever. Because I've been actually been in the ring with dudes that was dirty. You know what I'm saying? And I got victories or whatever. So I just like even the next time around, we gotta be a lot more careful how we select these fights, or how we with the testing and things of that nature. I probably push more for that, but for me, again, we got to run that back. We got especially if if it can't, because it really was a close fight until the knockdowns and everything started playing at the end of the fight. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's not like he wasn't in the fight and he was just getting, beat on from start to finish. So it was, like I said, again, the knockdowns definitely played a huge role in the scoring, whatever. So again, you probably feel like if he didn't, cheat, whatever, and which they probably feel like, is what caused the knockdowns and knock him off his game. They probably feel like we can beat Ryan Garcia on an even playing field. So again, like I said, it was a good fight. It was a good fight again. I thought it was a good fight before everything came out with the whole PEDs and all that mess. But again, it was a good, when I was looking at it, it was a good fight worthy of a rematch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think when the rounds that Ryan won, he won big, but there are plenty of rounds that he wasn't doing anything, and Devin was the
Yeah,
active
and that
guy.
was, boxing. It was just boxing, just being Devin.
Sure. So, and obviously, with all due respect to your relationship with Bill and Dev, what do you think was the bigger culprit? Was it the defense or was it the drugs?
No, I got probably a little bit of both. A little bit of both. I think Devin should have tightened up with after that first hook came. Sometimes you gotta tighten up. You gotta tighten up a bit more. You know what I mean? You gotta be wary, but not focus too much on it, because again, he can switch it up, hit you with a right hand, a big right hand, but you definitely gotta, you definitely don't want to get hit with the same thing over and over again. So you definitely gotta tighten up. So again, that can potentially be a factor of both of like things playing out too. It could be that, like I said again, the defense wasn't tight as it should have been. On the other hand, he probably had a little bit of extra oomph or whatever, a little juice in it. So whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
yeah.
the call. Like, I mean, I don't know the
I was
call.
gonna say a little extra sugar and Kool-Aid, but that wouldn't be it. That wouldn't
You
be it.
know. Like,
That
I
wouldn't
don't
be it.
know, you know what I mean? But I think they both could play a factor in how it turned out.
Yeah, yeah, no
But it
doubt.
be
Quick
round,
shout out.
there was rounds where he was winning, like Devin was winning, and then Ryan slipped in the counter, boom. You know what I mean? So like again, it was like one of those things. Like they could have played a lot of things, could have played in there. And like again, but and the crazy thing, I watched a lot of Devin's camp because I was also there in Vegas. So when I was top rank, top rank gym,
Of course.
I would go there for my strength and conditioning. So I would always see, him and Bill and everything. They was doing their thing. And, he looked good in camp and he was sharp. So I was definitely surprised at the outcome because I was seeing how sharp he was. He looked good in camp.
Yeah. Hopefully we see it. I think the general public would love to see that fight back. So if it happens, it'll be interesting. Real quick shout out to the chat. JT says Canelo has the best resume in boxing for an active fighter. Never been on the canvas. He ain't ducking Benavidez. Just don't want to give the guy a payday. Probably don't like him.
Maybe so. I mean, Canelo over the years picked up a lot of dudes, even from his own country, that he don't rock with. So maybe, you know what I mean? But again, I agree with what he just said, though, with everything else. Like, he has one of the best resumes in the game, despite what you may say about who he's fighting now at times. But you got to look at the book of work that he's put in to get where he's at.
Yeah, yeah. I always tell folks, look, man, if you build a business up and then it finally starts returning profit, the last thing you want is somebody telling you how to control your returns on profit, right?
Yeah.
Like you put the work in. So You know, it's tough though. As a fan, you want to see the best fights. You know, but at the same time, as a person, people have the rights to make the decision they feel are best for themselves. It's just hard when you want to see those top guys fight. I get it. I get it.